Hi web leaders, this month's lessons are happening this Thursday and Friday, and we're excited to get you back into the classroom. So make sure that your web shirts are washed and cleaned and put in your backpacks or into your lockers and ready to go. And as soon as you walk into the building on those days, don't check in with your 8th grade morning advisory teacher. You simply have to go to the 6th grade morning advisory so that you can hang out with them, with the 6th graders, check in with them, see how they're doing. It's been a little while since you last saw them, so it'll be a great time to talk, see what's happening for them. It's springtime, and that's a great thing. So do make sure that you're talking with them in the classroom, engage with them, interact with them, and do spend that time. While you are prepping the classroom and talking with the 6th graders, make sure that you set up a circle in the middle of the room or somewhere in the room. So either creating space so that they can sit on the floor, or that you can have them sit in their chairs is fine, but always make sure that you're creating that circle. So this month's lessons are going to be about being a good sport. And on the first day, what we're going to want you to do is, once the announcements are made and you've closed the door to your morning advisory and you're ready to go, then what's going to happen is you're going to divide the MA into 2 teams. And do make sure that you're thinking about that strategically. Maybe you think about that prior to the actual lesson, making sure that you're dividing boys and girls evenly. All of those things that you've done in the past, make sure to do that this time around. And once you've got 2 teams, what's going to happen is each team is going to select an official guesser as well as an official drawer. And the web leader, one of the web leaders, will have a collection of words, words that the 6th graders are going to have to draw, sort of like Pictionary if anyone's ever played that game. And the words are things like school bus, flower, horse, surfboard, water fountain, etc. So they're pretty standard words and pretty easy words, hopefully, to draw something on. So so you're going to want to have the official drawer come up to the web leader, who will have these words, and the web leader will give the official drawer 1 word to draw. Those 2 drawers will go up to the board, or maybe they use a scrap sheet of paper to be able to try to draw on. And when the time is ready to go, you're going to have them draw the item, and all of the team members are going to have to try to guess, what the word is. Unfortunately, the only person who can officially guess is the official guesser. So do make sure that as team members are trying to work together, that they talk with their official guesser, because that's the only person whose voice will kind of count, so to speak. So once the one team and the official guesser answers correctly, then that team wins a point. And you play this way, where a new drawer and a new guesser are designated for the teams, and then the new drawer goes up to the web leader, gets a new word to draw, and again they try to draw it out so that their team members can guess. But again, only the official guesser's word counts. And so each team will hopefully earn a couple of points, and once one team earns 5 points, well then they win the game. And so that's the idea behind the activity. After doing the activity, what you're going to want to do is make sure that the teams are now kind of back in a circle of some sort, and that you do have a discussion with them about the activity. This is the most important part of the lesson, is the follow-up questions. So you're going to want to ask questions like, how did you treat the guesser and the drawer? Things like that, especially when they didn't get the answer correct.
And do you think you would have done better in terms of drawing the item? How would you have done better? When you lose at something, how do you like to be treated? Discuss that with them, as well as how can we support people we play with or be better sports when we are playing against others. So these are the kinds of follow-up questions, and you can come up with more that we want you to discuss. And at the end of it, at the very end, you can say something like, being a good sport is sometimes a hard thing to do, especially when you want to win really, really badly. But it's so important to know how to be a good sport. And hopefully that'll take you to the very end when the bell is going to ring. You're going to want to make sure that you put the chairs back where they're supposed to be, as well as the desks. Make sure you're giving high fives and saying goodbye to them and smiling. And then you are going to want to be the last to leave. Your supply bag with any of the supplies that you need, you want to keep that in your 6th grade morning advisory classroom. And hopefully that reviews the lesson. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Thanks.